Multi-view?
Multi-view. So we're top, bottom of first right now, right?
Yeah, because we're batting. Alright, TV's up and going. That's good. Going to the top of the segment.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I'm kind of working on something else. I'm glad you alerted me to it. Yeah, go for the pitcher, and we'll get kind of a nice close-up of the pitcher. You could almost go. How close will it zoom? If you go like waist up, will it zoom in that close? So there's a long lever on your right side of the tripod that you can loosen, and then it will let you tip it up and down. That's as far as it'll zoom. Okay.
Check 1, 2, check.
Most of the time we're going to go a little wider than that, but at least I know how close you can get. So why don't you go just a little wider, get kind of from feet to head. Yeah. Yep, and you can just follow the pitcher around. Just, you can go zoom in a little closer. Yep. Yeah, right there. No, you just stay on the pitcher. We got another shot that goes right down to the ball.
I heard it coming out of one ear when I talked a little bit. Yeah, so do you want me to just try it or?
Yeah, go ahead and try it.
Okay.
Is that buzzing in your ear or not? You can still hear me, right? Okay. So now, when there's a play, Lily, what we'll do is we'll have you follow the action that's happening on the field, okay? So if the guy starts running, you'll just kind of try to follow him as best you can.
Hey, is my headset live if I'm ready to go, right? Okay, perfect.
You start talking. Okay. Stacia's now on camera. Is that what I understand? Okay.
Well, pleasant good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the broadcast table here at Maroons Field, home of your Division II State Championship Maroons. Dan Semrink along HG Sports Live calling today's action between the Bulldogs of Byron Center High School and the homestanding Maroons of Holland Christian. Holland Christian coming in, as always, under head coach Jim Caserta, and the Bulldogs of Byron Center coming in under Brent Gates. We are in the top of the second inning here between the Bulldogs and the Maroons. On the mound, Chris Machma for the Maroons of Holland Christian. And the Bulldogs go swinging. 0-1 the count here. We have one out in the top of the second. Machma looks to pitch, goes back to second, and he's safe on second.
Cutting to you, Stacia. He goes into the windup, cutting to center field. Now, if there's a steal and that guy goes from second to third, Stacia, you go to the runner. Okay, you try to get the runner at third base, and I'll cut to you as maybe
Number 20, Nicholas Fedowa, currently on second for the Bulldogs.
we got him in a bind.
And we got
Third. Yep, got you, Stacia. You're up. Nice. And the call is out. Oh.
Fedowa in the pickle for the Bulldogs and called out at second. Great job by the Maroons of Holland Christian. That's two down. And we have 1-1. The count. One, two, the count. Machma on the windup. Pitch is hit. The batter advances after the hit pitch. Robert Renko is now on first for the Bulldogs.
Now there could be a play between the pitcher and first base, so go just a little wider. There you go, just like that. Yep, right there. Perfect. Casey throws it to first.
Cam Schulke now up to bat for the Bulldogs.
You could zoom in just a bit there, Stacia, and get the pitcher kind of
0-1 the count.
so you got the runner on the right, pitcher to the left. Yep, nice. Cut to your shot.
0-0 your score in the top of the second. Machma throws to first.
Yeah, that's perfect. Just like that.
Wilson Wireball covering first for the Maroons. Called safe. Machma on the pitch. Look, second. Good hustle at second by Spalding. But it is no good. 0-2 your count. Two down here in the top of the second inning between the Maroons and the Bulldogs in game one of doubleheader action here at Maroons Field. Dan Semrink, HG Sports Live, covering this fine, beautiful day here at Maroons Field. Foul ball.
Now, Stacia, you can zoom in. Still Stacia on the camera?
0-2 remains the count.
Okay. You can now zoom in just on Chris. And if he makes a play to second, I'll go to the center field camera. And if he goes to third, you kind of follow that runner to third base if he starts running to third, just like you did with that other play. Okay?
Machma on the windup, hit. Look, center field, and it's caught.
Now just follow Machma to the dugout.
3 up, 3 down for the Maroons of Holland Christian. Will send it to the bottom of the second. Your score 0-0 as we send it to the bottom of 2. Maroons will be up to bat in this inning. And once again, your score remains 0-0. You're watching Holland Christian Baseball on HC Sports Live. On the mound for the Bulldogs of Byron Center, Trenton Chaplin. Maroons and Bulldogs are on a close run for the OK Green Championship. If the Maroons win game number 1, they will be tied for the conference record. And if they can win both games today in doubleheader action, the Maroons will take a 1-game advantage over the Bulldogs as they head into the single header game on Thursday at Byron Center High School.
Okay, so now we're going to follow the batters more than the pitchers now, Stacia. So I'm going to cut to the center field camera. Now, why don't you go
Number-
on the batter once and see what it looks like. Just
Number 29, Will King leads off for the Maroons. 0-1 your count on the Chaplin pitch.
these guys right here, these are the ones. 29 is who you want to focus on.
King still up to bat for the Maroons. Looks to swing. 0-2. The call from our faithful umpires on Will King. Great pitching so far by Chaplin for the Bulldogs. Will King looks to swing. Good eye view. 1-2. The count.
Follow him to first. Where'd he go? Oh, is he out?
Now batting for the Maroons, number 8, Jacob Spalding on the out at first by Will King. Spalding looked to get the Maroons going early in this game. Chaplin on the pitch. Ball is called strike 0-1. 1 out in the bottom of the second inning. Spalding looks swinging. 0-2 the count. Now against Spalding. Still 1 down remaining. 0-0 your score in the second. Chaplin looks to pitch. Spalding goes out swinging. And there's a strikeout for Chaplin. 2 down. Number 14, Christian Conklin now up to bat for the Maroons of Holland Christian. Very special thank you to PA announcer Dave Aronson for keeping us informed. As the broadcast booth's a little far away from the action, but we're up and running. Conklin on the first pitch, called ball, 1-0. The count 2. Out. As the Bulldogs look to prevail to get to the top of the third to start the bats. Pitch is called strike. 1-1. The count against the Maroons. Reverting Conklin. Conklin looks. Didn't swing on that one. 2-1 your count. Conklin trying to stay alive for the Maroons and get some runners on base to get Holland Christian up and running. Ball outside. 3-1 your count. Trenton Chaplin for the Bulldogs not looking to walk Conklin. And his eyes look. Umpire calls it a strike. 3-2 full count here at Maroons Field. As Conklin looks to get on first base. Chapman on the windup. Conklin right into the pitcher, right to first base, and that's an out. 3 outs for the Maroons of Highland Christian, and we'll send it to the top of the 3rd inning. Your score is 0-0. As we go into the top of the 3rd inning, the Bulldogs up to bat. Quick check of the Highland Christian on-campus scoreboard as we're right next to the softball complex. Current score at Highland Christian softball versus the Bulldogs of Byron Center in Game 1 of the doubleheader. Looks like the Bulldogs are prevailing 5-0 in the bottom of the 2nd inning over at softball. We'll keep you guys posted on the softball score as we're directly next door to the softball complex as well. 2 for 1 day here at the ballpark. I'd also like to take this timeout break to congratulate Coach Jim Caserta on his 400th career win a couple weeks ago as an MHSAA coach. As you know, Coach Caserta coached at both West Ottawa and Highland Christian, and a total overall combined wins of 400. Number 1, Steven Slintz leads off for the Bulldogs in the top of the 3rd inning. Mockman on the mound for the Maroons. Throw swinging. 0-1 the count. One and one the count. Mockman looking good as he had the day off since, I believe, a couple weekends ago when he threw the perfect game versus the Squires of Calvin Christian. 2-1 your count. Mockma on the mound. Steven Slentz on the pitch for the Bulldogs. 2-2 the count. Beautiful sunny day here at Maroons Field. Mockma goes swinging. Looks to first. Wilson Wireball on the catch. 1 down on a great catch from Wireball. Nolan Brainbridge up to bat for the Maroons of Highland Christian. 1 down on a wire ball out to first. Still 0-1. Nolan Brainbridge. Doesn't look swinging. 1-1 the count on the Muck'em-Up pitch.
So what we need are some power cables.
Bainbridge out to center field. Highland Christian was ready to prevail and it is caught. 2 down. Number 3, Jacob Williamson to my pit. My apologies, to bat for the Bulldogs of Byron Center. Chris Mockman, number 3, pitching for the Maroons. Oh, and 1 the call on the Jacob Williamson pitch. Mockma looks a pitch. He goes swinging. 0-2. 2 down. Mockman's looking for an easy 3 down to get the Maroons to the bottom of the 3rd in order to get the bats swinging for the Maroons and hopefully get them into this game as we're knotted up at zeros. 1 and 2 the count, 2 down here at beautiful Maroon Stadium. And a great catch for the Maroons. And that will send it to the bottom of the third inning. Highland Christian will bat. Your score is still 0-0. Once again, a beautiful day here at Highland Christian Maroon Field as we're enjoying some softball and some baseball.
That's kind of the key here right now.
Coach Jim Caserta taking his spot on third base side. Leading off for the Maroons, number 10, second baseman Jace DeWitt for the Maroons. DeWitt goes swing, and he's hit by a pitch. That will advance him to first, and the Maroons will have one runner on base as Gabe DeBoer takes his position in the pitcher's box. Number 4, Gabe DeBoer on the bunt attempt. And the call is 1-1. I'd like to thank Dan Boss and the HE Sports Live crew for getting this game up and running. We're going to try our best with our capabilities out here at the baseball softball complex. But Dan Tenbrink, glad to be on the call for you guys here on HG Sports Live this afternoon for a beautiful day between the Maroons and the Bulldogs. Number 4, Gabe DeBoer still on for Highland Christian 1 and 2. The count on the bunt. Chaplin goes to 1. Out at first.
So much more fun.
Matthew Spalding takes his spot in the batter's box. We have one out for the Maroons of Highland Christian after the DeBoer out at first. And the out at first for Matthew Spalding. Runner on third for the Maroons. Number 2, Brady Howe, the catcher, taking his spot inside the batter's box. 2 down with a man on third for the Maroons. Looking to get this runner in to score and put them on the board. 0-1 the count against Brady Howe.
Does this only go 5 innings? Or does it go 7? 7? Even in a doubleheader? Okay. Hey, there we go.
And the runner advances on the wild pitch. And the Maroons go up 0-1.
Let's see if it shows a score. Yes, it shows the score.
1-1. Still on the Brady Howe.
If you can help running this thing, can you see it? It's kind of dim. If it goes this way, is that easier to see or not? Oh, we got a hit. Oh, way to follow the runner. You are getting the hang of this, Lily. That's awesome. So now he's at first.
Brady Howe on the hit. We got runners on first. Chris Machma, starting pitcher for game 1, now in the batter's box for the Maroons of Highland Christian. Brady Howe on first. 1 run scored so far for the Maroons. And Machma looking to get the bats running. They look to second. And he's out at second on the Brady Howe steal. And with that, we'll send it to the top of the 4th inning. And the Maroons lead with a score of 1-0 in favor of Holland Christian.
That power strip you're probably not going to need now that I think about it, because I think there's only one plug there. Yeah, what you've got there, Lily, is great. Just stay right there.
Not too hot, not too cold. Just perfect weather here for a doubleheader game between the Bulldogs and the Maroons. Once again, if the Maroons of Highland Christian can take game 1 of the Bulldogs doubleheader, they will tie the Bulldogs in conference action. And if they can win game number 2, they will take 1 game lead in favor of the Bulldogs for the OK Green as they head into the single on Thursday versus Byron Center. Dan Temrink, along HE Sports Live crew, happy to have you guys out here. Maroons Field on a beautiful Tuesday afternoon. Byron Center coaches take their spot on first and third. Maroons huddle up on the mound to give Machma some wise words of wisdom. And leading off for the Bulldogs in the top of the 4th is number 4, Michael Allen, a sophomore out of Byron Center. Versus Chris Machma, the junior pitcher out of Highland Christian, coming off a perfect game versus the Squires of Calvin Christian a couple weeks ago. One the call here on Allen. Okay, 2-2 the count against Allen. Michael Allen looking to advance to first.
So now follow that runner.
Shortstop grabs him. He's out at first.
This is where having one more camera on the third base or on the first base side, then we could alternate who's got to cover what, make it a lot easier for you.
And the Maroons will send one down.
You're kind of covering everything.
Bulldogs up to bat.
Alright, I'm on your shot there, Lily. Back to center field.
believe it's number 6. Cameron Schulke, familiar name over in Byron Center, plays basketball for the Bulldogs as well as baseball. One the call against Cam. Machma looks to wind. Goes out swinging. 1 and 2. On the call.
He's going. Follow him to first.
Brady Howe looks to wire ball at first. And that will send the Maroons for 2 outs. New batter up. Nicholas Fedewa, the sophomore out of Byron Center, now up to bat. As the Maroons still lead this one 1-0 in favor of Holland Christian. That one will go over the batter's head. Automatic 1-0 on Fedewa. Fedewa swings. Looks first. Wire ball tags him out at first. And with that, there'll be 3 outs for the Maroons of Holland Christian. We'll send it to the bottom of the 4th inning. Your score still remains 1-0 in favor of the Maroons of Holland Christian. Checking in over on softball action. Lady Bulldogs are up to bat. Top of the 4th. Still remains 5-0 in favor of the Bulldogs of Byron Center and ladies softball. That's game 1 of doubleheader action between the Bulldogs and the Lady Maroons. It's a beautiful day here at Holland Christian for a softball-baseball doubleheader. In soccer action last night, the Varsity Lady Maroons fell short to the Ducks of Zeeland West. Final score 2-0 in favor of Zeeland West. So number 3, Chris Machma will lead it off for the Maroons in the bottom of the 4th inning. Machma falls to the dirt in front of him. 1-0 the count on a pitch. I believe Machma struck on that one. Coach Jim Caserta getting in a little camera time here tonight. One and 2. The call on Machma. 0 runners on base. Machma on a great pitch will advance to first base. We'll send it to new batter, number 23, Wilson Wireball. Noah Aronson, courtesy running for the pitcher, Chris Machma. And Wireball enters into the game for the Maroons, hoping to get those bats going. Keep the Maroons with this lead. First one's a ball. Foul ball called against wire ball. 1-1 the count. Wire ball on the bunt. Wire ball to first, and he's out at first. Makma advances, I believe. Yeah, so Makma will advance to second. Which will be now Aronson on second. 1 out. Number 29, Will King, takes his spot in the batter's box. Will King on the short little hit. Umpire calls it foul ball. 0-1. The count. Oh and 1 the count on Will King, 1 out. King looks to hustle the first. Does he make it? So he is out at first. Jacob Spaulding now to bat for the Maroons. Aronson on second for Holland Christian. 2 down in the bottom of the fourth. Spaulding doesn't swing at the first. 1-0 the count. Great eye so far for Spaulding. Jacob Spaulding. Ball 3 the count. If Spaulding walks, we'll have Spaulding on first, Aronson on second, hoping to get to third. Jacob Spaulding hit by a pitch. That will send him to first. Noah Aronson remains on second. And Conklin, number 14, will take his spot in the batter's box for the Maroons. Runners on first and second for Holland Christian. Two down in the bottom of the fourth. Conklin swings at the first. 0-1.
This center fielder would just go 2 steps to his left. Just 2. All he's going to do is 2 steps to his left.
Conklin!
That's good.
And it's caught.
Oh, and he caught it. And that means the inning is over.
And runners will advance but not score. Everyone will head to their dugout as we send it to the top of the 5th inning. In game number 1, your score still remains Maroons 1, Bulldogs 0. Chris Makma returns to the mound for the Maroons. He's hoping to maybe potentially stay on the mound for this whole game. This is game 1 of our doubleheader action between the Bulldogs and the Maroons. So Ranko and Schulke on the list to bat. And Caleb Regan, the catcher, junior out of Byron Center, will start at the top of the 5th for the Bulldogs. Mockman on the first pitch. Regan's no swing. And 0-1 the count. Once again, beautiful sunny day here in Maroons Field. Mockman on the mound for the Maroons. Pitcher swings. 1-1. Mockman looking for a strikeout. Looks like they called that one foul. We'll send that one to 1-2. The count against Caleb Regan, the junior catcher out of Byron Center. Two-two the count from the home plate umpire. I'd like to thank them for also coming out this evening and afternoon to help us officiate this game. Full count here on Caleb Regan. And Caleb will head to the dugout. There's one out for the Bulldogs. Number 17, Robert Ranko steps in the batter's box for the Bulldogs. Swinging, and it's out, called foul. 0-1 the count. One and one the count. Makma. Falls foul territory, 1-2 the count. Makma throws it. Byron hits it out. Count remains 1-2. One down here in the top of the 5th inning. Great hit down the line to third. Passes it to first. Wire ball tags him out. 2 down. For the Bulldogs, Cam Schulke now takes the batter box position. A great play from third to first for the second out of the inning. Mockman Schulke. Schulke looks, but they will call that a ball. 1-0 the count. Cam Schulke still the bat for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs have no runners on base. And no runs scored so far this inning. 1-1 the call on the Schulke strike. And a great pitch by Chris Makma. Foul ball. Count will remain 1-2.
All right, can you guys hear me now?
Machman to Schulke. Schulke on the swing.
You're in the dugout now, and Lily is.
That ball flies out of play here in Maroons Field.
So Lily behind
Call will
the plate,
stay 1-2.
You have the fence is kind of an issue, but don't worry about that. You're just going to kind of shoot the action between the pitcher and the batter.
Schulke swings and
Anything
out.
happens there. Oh, looks like they're changing.
And that'll be 3 outs
So
for the
Stacia's
Maroons of
looking
Holland
right,
Christian.
Kind of catching the pitcher as he's walking, kind of follow Chris Machman
And
over
we'll
there.
send
Perfect.
that
Nice. And then kind of stop right about here.
to the bottom of the 5th
And why don't you
as
take a
the
wide shot here,
Maroons
Lily? Let's see what
will
you
head
got
up to
looks
bat.
like.
You're watching men's varsity baseball
Yeah,
on
kind of
HG
a
Sports
thing.
Live.
Okay. Yep.
Dan Temmering, the whole HG Live Sports crew.
Perfect. We'll
Beautiful Maroons Field.
go 6.
Broadcast booth set up here
Yep.
out in the outfield as we're calling this game.
It's still 1-0, right? Yep. Okay. All right. So you got the nice wide shot. Now, Lily, what you're going to do when the action starts happening is if you could shift that camera just a little bit left, like move the whole tripod like an inch left. We're going to try to shoot through that. There's kind of a central frame of the, yeah, right there. Whoop, not too far. That's too far. Come back.
DeWitt
To the right.
to lead off
A little bit.
for the Maroons
Right there.
of Holland Christian.
Go back just a little bit. Right there. No, a little more. Yep, right there. Now zoom in once. I want to see what that does. And Stacia, why don't you
DeWitt looks swinging
keep zooming in?
0-1 the count against Jace DeWitt.
Now you get the pitcher there.
On the Chaplin pitch.
Oh, no, you get the batter. I'm sorry. It's HC batter.
DeWitt goes striking again. 0-2.
Zoom in a little farther once, Lily. Can you get it so a little further as far as it goes? Okay. Zoom out just a little bit.
DeWitt
Ooh, nice running.
pops it up. It's caught. They'll be out at first. That's 1 down in favor of the Bulldogs.
So, Lily, what we're going to try to do from your position is if he hits it, you kind of find where you think the ball's going, and then
Number
you
4, Gabe DeBoer,
a little wide, too.
now takes his spot in the batter's box for the Maroons. Still 0-1 in favor of Holland Christian game 1 of our doubleheader.
Which one? Is that Stacia or oh,
Gabe DeBoer swings at the first. 0-1 the count.
oh, yeah, there's a knob on the right, big lever on the right that you can kind of turn to tighten that so that it's not so loose and not moving.
1-1 the call.
Does that make sense? It's kind of a long handle.
On the sophomore, Gabe DeBoer.
Oh, go up. Oh, yeah, that's that gas shocker thing. Yeah. You mean that center tube is going up?
DeBoer looks for the pitch. Doesn't feel it. 2-1 the call. And DeBoer. First strike called on DeBoer. Correction, second strike called on DeBoer, so 2-2 with 1 out. Not quite sure what happened there. Believe the ball went out of bounds. Also known as a foul ball. And Gabe DeBoer staying alive, 2-2
Break in the inning. I'll bring 2 batteries and we'll swap out your batteries.
on the call for DeBoer. DeBoer looking to get on base.
Going to Stacia.
Foul again, 2-2 the count.
Right, or did you guys switch again? Okay.
DeBoer will be out on the catch. Now we'll send number 5, Matthew Spalding, to the batter's box for the Maroons. Spalding on the run. Out at first. And 3 easy outs for the Bulldogs of Byron Center. And that will send it to the top of the 6th inning. Maroons are still in the lead of game number 1. 1-0. Maroon defense holding strong to keep this 1-0 lead in their favor. Another quick check of the Highland Christian on campus scoreboard. Bottom of the 5th inning from the softball complex. Byron Center 9, Highland Christian 0 in game 1 of their doubleheader. Lady Maroons looking to come back and hopefully play a good game number 2 versus the Bulldogs of Byron Center. Once again, Dan Sembrink. Happy to be alongside the HG Sports Live crew for today's game between the Bulldogs of Byron Center so Slentz, Steven Slentz, Brainbridge, and Williamson, top 3 batters in the top of the 6th for the Bulldogs. And leading off will be number 1, Steven Slentz, sophomore out of Byron Center. Mockma remains on the mound for the Maroons, hoping to finish this game off. On the throw to first, wire ball with the catch. And a great pass to first to get the easy first out in the top of the 6th. Nolan Brainbridge steps into the batter's box for the Bulldogs. Mockma, Howe, and Wireball working great on that combination to get that out at first. And that's a great first out for the Maroons of Holland Christian. 1 ball, 0 strikes on the call against Brainbridge. And Brainbridge will advance to first on the error in the Holland Christian defensive side. Jacob Williamson will take his spot into the batter's box. Brainbridge on first for the Bulldogs. Mockma getting a little arm action, warming up the arm. Number 11, Marcus Cisco, courtesy run. Correction, pinch runner. So that may be Cisco out there on first base. Also a very popular name at Byron Center. Mockma looks to first. Wilson Wireball with the tag. That's a fun name to say a lot. Wilson Wireball on the tag, but called safe. Oh, the count. One ball. Call against the Bulldogs. Mockma looks to wire ball. He's still safe at first, 1-0 the count. We got 2 balls called against the Bulldogs. As Chris Mockma looks on the potential first strike of the inning. And 3-0 is the call. Holland Christian could potentially walk a runner, and that would put runners on first and second for the Bulldogs. Mockma on the pitch, and it's called strike. So the first strike called against Nolan Brainbridge.
Ooh, this is a cool shot from behind the plate. That is a nice shot.
Mockma
Ooh, got a strike.
strikes him. Full count.
So coming to camera 5, and then we'll go camera 6, looking right at us. Yeah. Nice. Oh, 7.
Mockma looks to first. Safe on first.
Why don't you, since there's someone at first, why don't you say it like that? Yeah, Station. Way to go. Nice. Perfect. Casey does that throw again to first. Oh, perfect. Just like that, you were ready for it.
Mockman a wire ball
Now,
to first, but he is still called safe.
try something once here. We'll see how this goes. On the side of the camera, there's a switch looking thing, and it says auto, and then it says manual, and focus. Is the switch pushed all the way up to auto?
3-2, staying alive. Byron center batter.
So it's pushed all the way up? Okay. Just check it. Because it's got a little different color. I wonder if the white balance is set uniquely different on that camera. Oh, he's going to second.
Runners advancing to second.
Hey, what happened? I'm not really sure what happened. Let the ball go. Stay on that guy on second one, Station. The guy on second. Oh, did he hit it? All right. Find a pitcher once. There he
Number 4, Michael Allen now bats for the Bulldogs. And runners for Byron Center are on first and second.
All right, so I'm on your shot there, Lily, behind the plate as they're coming to gather on the plate, and then we got your shot there.
Coach Caserta will take a trip to the mound.
Nice, we're cutting to you. It's a good shot.
Could be a potential
There.
pitcher change
Are there any crowd actions?
for Holland Christian.
Whoa. Anything in the dugout interesting?
Quick update on softball. The Lady Maroons have jumped back into the game. Now it's 4-9. Still in favor of the Bulldogs in the 6th inning. But the Lady Maroons have come back and took a quick jump back into that game in the top of the 6th. So Mockma still on the mound for the Maroons of Holland Christian. 0-0 the count, 1 out. In the top, runners on first and second for the Bulldogs.
For something, Stacia, if he runs to third, why don't you follow the third, go to third, kind of the guy on second base. See the guy on second base is the guy
Number
number
4, Allen now batting for the Bulldogs with Byron Center.
that guy there.
1 ball, 0 strikes on the new pitcher. Correction, new batter.
And following into third. Yeah, that's a good zoom right there. Just keep it like that. That's perfect. So we're going to watch action there. Now, if something happens at first, see if you can whip it to
2-0 on Allen.
Yeah, you're good right there. That's a nice angle there, Lily.
2-1 the call. Machman Allen. Machman looking for the potential steal. Runner to score.
Follow that guy who's running towards the fence there. Nope. Sorry. Yeah, we got it. I described that wrong. There was a guy in the distance from HC that was running towards the fence from first base. He was trying to get the ball that kind of went past him. No big deal. So now we got runners on, what, first, second, and did they score?
They scored 1 run, and they got 1 out.
Okay, so now station. Let's see. You see that number 4 on second base, just behind the pitcher? There's a guy standing on that white base. I'm cutting the camera 6 as they talk on the mound. You see that runner? Go to your left a little bit.
Howe and Machma on a little meeting
Right there. This guy's
to talk over what just happened.
You don't want him in the frame, but he's kind of standing there right now. Hopefully he moves, just like that. Now go left a little bit, because there's see the guy running right there? That's the guy you want to follow. Oh, they just changed it. Okay, so 22 is the guy you want to follow. Oh, okay, I'm not paying attention. I gotta pay closer attention to the game. Alright, he's looking into the ball.
So 1-1 tie in the top of the 6th. And the runner will score.
Stay there. Alright.
Another run scored for the Bulldogs, and they take a 2-1 lead with 0 balls and strikes and 2 plays out.
Yep. See the pitcher? You get the pitcher, and then when he gets in his windup, then you just go to the guy at second. Okay?
Believe we have runners on second for the Bulldogs.
Why don't you just stay on the runner? I think that'll be easy. Just stay right there on the runner.
1-0 the call, runner on second for the Bulldogs.
Cut to Lily. You just stay on the guy on second. Okay, station? And Lily, you look good with that shot right down the pipe. And we're cutting to center field.
2-1 the call. I believe is number 2 Nolan Bainbridge. Is now batting for the Bulldogs. 3-1 the call on Fedowa. 3-2 the call on Fedowa. With runners on second and 2 out. Machma looking to get Fedowa out here to advance to the bottom of the 6th and hopefully get some runs scored Foul ball.
Warn me if you say, hey, it looks like he's running. Say, hey, he's coming.
3-2.
Cut to your camera. All right. Looking into the pitch. Perfect. Going to center field.
Makma Fedwa. Fedwa ducks. Fedwa walks. And that will put runners on first and second.
Okay, we get that runner at second. We're going to Stacia, and then we're going to go. I'm going to cut back to the pitcher. Get the person at first base.
So 2 outs right now. In the top
Stay on the guy on second.
of the 6th.
Going to Stacia. Back to behind the plate.
Number 13, Caleb Regan. Bats for the Bulldogs. He's swinging. That's foul. So 0-2 is the count against Regan.
Cutting to the person at second. Going to home plate. Number 6.
Makma looking on the out to advance this to the bottom of the 6th so that the Maroons can get up to bat. Runner will remain on second. And first. Makma on the windup. Pitch, strike 3. And with that, Makmo sends it to the bottom of the 6th inning. But the Bulldogs now lead by a score of 2-1. You're watching Holland Christian Men's Baseball on HC Sports Live. Well, welcome back to Maroons Field. Bottom of the 6th inning between the Bulldogs and the Maroons in game number 1 of doubleheader action. Number 2, Brady Howe to lead off for the Maroons in the bottom of the 6th. Brady Howe, the good eye look. And the 1-0 count on Howe. And he finds another good look. 2-0. The count on Howe. And Howe might walk it. 3-0 the count. On a pitch from Trenton Champlin for the Bulldogs. And he walks it and advances to first, which will put up big number 3, Chris Mockma, into the batter's box for Holland Christian. And head coach Brent Gates will take a trip to the mound and discuss this over with his pitching staff. I'd also like to say a very special thank you to PA announcer Dave Aronson for keeping us informed as the broadcast booth's a little far away. We are located in the far left field corner of Maroons Field this afternoon. So we are listening to the PA information for information. So number 6, Cam Schulke. The Bulldog called to the bullpen. Will take to the mound. And while he warms it up, we'll take a quick break. You're watching men's baseball on HE Sports Live.
All right, we got a close up here of what's happening. Pitcher coming in.
And we're back in the bottom of the 6th as Cam Schulke takes the mound now for the Bulldogs of Byron Center. Number 3, Chris Mockma steps into the batter's box. And the Maroons have a runner on first as Brady Howe takes a walk. And Chris Mockma looking to advance some runners.
All right, so Stacia, why don't you get the batter?
Schulke on the wild first pitch. 1-0 the call.
There you go. We're on you, Stacia. Just hold that shot.
Mockma on the potential bunt. So that will call it a strike. And Brady Howe remains at first for Holland Christian.
5, Stacia, we're coming to you. All right, so Stacia, now I'd like you to get the pitcher.
So Schulke looks to first on the potential Howe out.
On first, yeah.
It's no good. 1-1 still to count on Chris Mockma. Mockma goes swinging. 1-2 the count on Chris Mockma. 0 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Bulldogs still lead this one 2-1.
Tip it.
Mockma's eyes are good.
We got a little scoreboard bug in that upper corner that's kind of clipped. There you go, right there. That's plenty far.
2-2 the count.
Good, Stacia. Yep, right there. Whoop.
Chalky on the pitch. Makma keeps his eye open, doesn't see one he likes, doesn't swing, and we'll call that 3-2 in favor of Makma. If Makma walks, Howe advances the segment. Makma will go to first. Runners on first and second. And with that, they will walk. And Brady Howe advances to second. Makma goes to first. And Wilson Wireball will step into the box. Wireball on the bunt. Everyone advances. Everyone is safe. Runners on first, second, and third.
Follow the coach once. What's the coach walking out there? See him in the black jacket there, Stacia? Do that shot. Perfect. Hold that one right there. Did he call him out or not? He must have called him out. It sort of wouldn't be out there talking to him. Just stay right there. Just hold it steady right there.
Runner out. So Coach Caserta wants a call on that one. We do have one out.
We can add that up for him.
So 1-0 is the call. Les Wireball is still up to bat. No, Will King is now up to bat. So Will King now bats. And the call is 1-2.
All right, let's see here. We got Lily behind the plate. Cutting that one.
Runners, I believe, are still on the pitch. Catcher for Byron Center is going to go have a little meeting with Schulke on the mound. And it's 1-2 on Will King with one out. That'll be the third out. So that puts two down for the Maroons. Runners still on first and second.
Is he talking again? Let's cut to that, Stacia. Good shot. Way to pick it up. Way to get a nice close-up. That's a great shot right there. I like it. A little action. Serta's talking. Are they getting a new pitcher? Is that what's happening? Okay.
Not quite entirely sure. Coach Caserta wanted a lineup change. So now number 12, Trent Lamb,
That guy who's running out there. Is that Chris Mockler? Looks like.
will now be batting for the Maroons. And Makma and Howe still on first and second. And the first one for Lamb is a strike.
Cut to you, Stacia, at second base.
1-1 the call. Once again, we apologize for any confusion. We are a little far away from the action, so we're going to try to call this the best we can, but it's a beautiful day here for some baseball. So Trent Lamb is up to bat for the Maroons, 1-2. 2 strikes called on Lamb. With 2 outs in the inning. Trent Lamb goes swinging, and will be a 3rd out. And with that, we'll send it to the top of the 7th inning in game 1 of our doubleheader with the Bulldogs, as the Bulldogs still lead 2-1. And the Bulldogs will be up to bat. If Makma can get 3 outs, they will advance to the bottom of the 7th and get a chance to hit and potentially still win game number 1. Once again, just a reminder that currently Byron Center is 1 game ahead of the Maroons in OK Green Conference standings. If the Maroons win this game, they will tie this game up and be tied for conference standings. If they can win game number 2, they will lead by 1 game over the Bulldogs.
Thanks for your help. That was fantastic to have you here. That really helped a lot.
So Magma will stay on the mound to hopefully finish off this game for the Maroons of Holland Christian. So top of the 7th. Foul ball on the first pitch for the top of the 7th. And the runner will advance to first. Cam Schulke will take the batter's box for the Bulldogs. And the runner for Byron will advance to first. They'll have runners on first. Holland Christian's bullpen is warming up on a potential pitcher change for Holland Christian. Makma looks to wire ball. Safe at first. 0-0 on the new pitcher for the Bulldogs. Pitcher Cam Schulke. And he advanced on the drop at second. And they will send a runner to third.
You guys are getting the hang of this baseball stuff. You know that? You are really getting the hang of it. You kind of know where the action is. You're following what's happening. Cut to the behind the plate shot. And the guy at third. We haven't had this one.
For
Stay close to
Steven Slintz now bats for the Bulldogs. There's a runner on first for Byron Center. Steven Slentz still up to bat for the Bulldogs. And he goes swinging.
Is that Lily talking?
So that's 0-1
That station.
called on Byron.
Oh, okay. So you're all set?
Slants on the bunt. Looks to second. And the runner advances to second, called safe. It's 0-2 on Steven Slentz for the Bulldogs. And that's strike three. Nolan Bainbridge up to bat now for the Bulldogs. Mockma still on the mound for Alan Christian. Runner.
All right, why don't you get that? No, I don't care about the batter. I was thinking about that. Uh-oh, I see one second.
0-2 the call.
Oh, there's no runners on base, huh?
And the first strike. Called against Bainbridge. So 2-1 the count. And there's 2 outs.
So Stacia is your ride here?
So ball 3. 3-1.
Oh, you're by the camera now? Okay. All right. Okay.
And he goes swinging, so it's 3-2
Well, there might be a little bit more of a
on Nolan Bainbridge. And runners take first.
So now we'll keep that wide shot like you've got it there, Stacia. That's got the play at first and the pitcher. You could tip it up just a little bit because the graphic's kind of covering the pitcher. Yeah, right there.
Jacob Williamson will step into the batter's box.
Chris is done.
And the Holland Christian called to the bullpen.
Follow that pitcher off as he walks off there, Stacia. Yep.
Mockma will finish up game 1. And we will get you a new pitcher for the Maroons momentarily. Number 22, Tanner Shoemaker. Now on the mound for the Maroons of Highland Christian. And while Tanner Shoemaker warms up on the mound, we'll take a quick break. Your score 3-1 in favor of the Bulldogs in game number 1 of doubleheader action. You're watching Highland Christian Men's Baseball on HC Sports Live. And welcome back to Maroons Field. Tanner Shoemaker now on the mound for the Maroons of Highland Christian.
If we turn this more, would it make any better? Because
So Shoemaker on the first pitch is called strike. And Shoemaker on a phenomenal start on the mound as the 0-2 is called on Byron center. Runner on first for the Bulldogs. Tanner Shoemaker goes to wire ball. He's still safe on first. So 0-2 will remain the call.
Still there, right?
1-2 on the call against the Bulldogs. Winds it up, goes to first, wire ball on the tag. Nolan Bainbridge on first is still safe. And 1-2 with 2 outs. So Shoemaker. And the hit right up the middle will advance the runner to first and second. Bulldogs will have a man on first and second and a new batter up for Byron center. Number 4, Michael Allen, sophomore out of Byron center, now steps into the batter's box. Runners on first and second. And we got a foul ball. 0-1 the call. Once again, runners on first and second for Byron center. Shoemaker on the mound for the Maroons. Allen in the batter's box for Byron center. Shoemaker on the pitch. Calls it strike. 0-2. 2 outs, top of the 7. Runner will stay at second as the ball will fly past Howe. 1-2 the call. Two. The call on number 4, Michael Allen. Shoemaker looking for one more strike to get these Maroons to the bottom of the 7th and get those bats running in order to potentially come back into this game. And the runners will advance. Second and third. 3-2 the call. Nolan Bainbridge in scoring position yet again for the Bulldogs. Shoemaker looking for one solid pitch, and it is, and that will end the inning. We'll send it to the bottom of the 7th inning. 3-1 in favor of the Bulldogs. You're watching Maroons baseball on HC Sports Live.
Are here? Okay. headset and then see what yours on zoomed out.
And we're going into the bottom of the 7th inning. We welcome everybody back here to Maroons Field. Dan Semrink, along the HC Sports Life crew, Dan Voss, the camera team. Happy to have you for today's game between the Bulldogs and the Maroons. So Evan Howe will replace Christian Conklin's batting spot, and number 24, Evan Howe, will now lead off for the Maroons in the bottom of the 7th inning. Cam Schulke back on the mound for the Bulldogs. 3 easy outs for Schulke, and this one's over, and the Bulldogs win game 1 3-1 and take that advantage over the Maroons in conference standings. So Howe swings at the first. 0-1 the call. Schulke on the pitch yet again. Howe on the swing. 0-2 on Evan Howe. Schulke on the swing. Howe. Ooh! Ump calls that a strike.
Take your headset off once. I don't want to blow your ears out. I'm going to change a setting. I want it to offset me. You heard that one?
Yeah.
What'd you hear? You heard a noise of that one?
I heard people talking about that one, yeah.
At what point? You've heard people talking over the time?
No.
Oh,
Only
just
when you
now.
press that button.
Oh, you could hear it?
So maybe that needs
I think it needs power. Yeah. Oh well.
And we're back with Cam Schulke on the mound. I believe that's DeWitt up to bat. Yep. And the call is 0-1. 1-1 on DeWitt. And 1 down after the Evan Howe strikeout. So DeWitt steps out of the batter's box, gets a couple practice swings in on the 1-1 call. DeWitt looking to get these Maroons back in. Two the call on DeWitt. Schulke to DeWitt. DeWitt pops it up. It's called foul. It's 2-2 the call on DeWitt, as DeWitt will send it back to the batter's box on the foul ball. Cam Schulke taking the glove off, warming his hands up a little bit as he looks to pitch to DeWitt. DeWitt on the hit. And a great hit from DeWitt will advance him to first. And the Maroons will have a runner on first. And number 4, Gabe DeBoer, center fielder for the Maroons, will now bat. And 1 out, and hopefully get these Maroons going to potentially win this game in the 7th inning, which would be a great comeback to tie this up for conference standings if the Maroons can pull this game off. Cam Schulke looks down the middle. DeBoer steps out of the way. We'll call that a ball. 1-0 in favor of DeBoer. On a great look. Schulke looks back to first. First remains safe. And 1-0 still in favor of DeBoer. Goes back to first. Save it first. And DeBoer still living that 1-0 count. Gabe DeBoer steps out of the way yet again. 2-0. Favor of DeBoer rocking the green bat. The catcher for Byron will head out and talk to his pitcher, along with the Byron Center coaching staff. Cam Schulke will stay on the mound for the Bulldogs. DeBoer will return to the batter's box as he's staying alive with a 2-0 count. Runner on first for the Maroons. And DeBoer with a 3-0 count and the potential walk to get DeWitt to potentially third. And DeBoer on first, but it is called strike. 3-1 the count on DeBoer. DeBoer goes swinging. Full count. 3-2-1 down, bottom of seventh. Gabe DeBoer steps out of the box just in time to get time called. Schulke. DeBoer on the rip. And DeBoer will be out at first. Number 5, Matthew Spaulding steps into the batter's box. And DeWitt, the lone man on second, looking to get on for a score. And Spaulding called with the first strike. Matthew Spaulding, to be exact, as there's twin brothers Jacob and Matthew, both on the varsity program. 0-2 the count. 2 down. Cam Schulke can finish this off. The Bulldogs will win this 3-1 in game 1. Cam Schulke to Spaulding. Spaulding hit. And the Bulldogs catch it in foul ball territory. And that will be 3 outs. And with that, that will be your final score. The Bulldogs of Byron Center 3. The Maroons of Holland Christian 1. Congratulations, head coach Brent Gates. And the Bulldogs on game 1 win this afternoon. Once again, just a reminder, the Bulldogs now take a game lead. So with that win, the Bulldogs now take a 2-game lead in the conference standings If the Maroons can win game